Is there a better place to breakfast at Animal Kingdom?
It's the very day we're at Disney's Animal Kingdom, so it's time to return to the house.
We're going to Tusker House for breakfast.
Yes, they summoned us back for breakfast because when things have changed, as your number one choice of foodie infotainment, we're here to try the food so you don't have to. She's vegan. I'm not. Somehow I'm up with the sun.
It's time to foodie and chill.
One thing that sets Tusker atop of all the other buffets is their number of unique items with African spices, especially for an in-the-park buffet. They really go hard on the unique items, starting with this chai-spiced croissant. It's all glistening and crusted. It's almost like a bejeweled food. I'm okay with that. I had some sincere doubts on the amount of chai flavor I would get, but it's like a chai sugar, like a punch of chai. You need a little bit of sugar afterwards, like that is a chai croissant. I just need like a cup of chai to drink with it. I think I'd be in heaven. That is glorious. I would give that 4.75 out of 5 paws. Here we have a little triangle guava pastry, all sugar and coated and guava filled. Let's just see how filled it actually is. It's definitely not a cave of wonders, but it's definitely more filled than the guava pastries we got at Chef Mickey Breakfast. So props to them on that. I would give this one a 3.75 out of 5 paws. We couldn't have breakfast without some sort of muffin, so we have chocolate chip mini muffins. Soft, pillowy, and topped with tons of chocolate. I could do with more chocolate inside the muffin and less on top, or like spread the love, but it's a mini muffin. Like, how many bites of this thing are you really taking? In truth, if I was being a real bear, I would just inhale the entire thing. So, minor complaint. 4 out of 5 paws. Now, every breakfast buffet, I always go and get the smoked salmon. I know that technically it's probably meant for the bagel, but I almost never get a bagel. 1, I'm eating enough bread. 2, I don't feel like waiting for the toaster. But they have all the toppings that you would want for your bagel. If you just want cream cheese, they have that. But they also have tomato, some onions, I think of capers, the smoked salmon, and then chopped egg as well. But I'm just doing these things solo, by themselves. Fold it over with my single caper. Yeah. Nice and slimy. Very much salmon. Get the smoky flavor. It tastes so fresh that it feels like I dunked my head in the river and pulled it out myself. I give that 4 out of 5 paws. And because it was there and available, I decided to get a little bit of chopped egg. Chopped egg you would normally like top your bagel with, not like eggs. I'm sure there's more eggs on a buffet that I will find, but those are just sitting there all cute like, and I like the little spoons, I couldn't resist. Nice chopped, hard-boiled egg. No complaints. You have salt somewhere, I'm sure. But it's just egg. It would go glorious on a bagel. That 3.5 out of 5 paws.
Start your day the right way with something that is Mickey shaped, because everything tastes better when it's Mickey shaped. These are the by request allergy friendly waffles, and they do have earth balanced butter. I did request it, just hasn't arrived yet. We're so cold. I think we got here super early, so like the waffles came quick, everything's quick. Cheers. These waffles are really dense. They're cooked perfectly. Sometimes they will make these ones like hollow or overcooked or something like that. So these are great. These are perfect. I would give these a 4 out of 5 waffles. They're delicious.
Waffles, allergy style, because why not? We always start with an ear, because why does Mickey need to hear? And we dip it in a little bit of the syrup. Normally I would just drink this plate with syrup, but these are the Princess waffles. I'm gonna be nice. For a breakfast item that is structurally inferior to pancakes, it's actually really good. Nice crispy outside, now soft inside. Everything you expect them to be. 3.75 out of 5 claws.
To my surprise, the yogurt option that they serve over at Setuli for breakfast in the Pandora Land, they now have here at Tusker House. So I forgot what it's called, like Mayusir or something like that. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but it's basically like an African-style oat, but not really oat. They use other things. It is so good. It's so creamy. I love this trend of Disney like making yogurt things. They're amazing. I would give this a 4 out of 5 yogurts.
African infusion, all the things. Even my breakfast. It's like a gift from the motherland. Glorious. I love the flavor of this. That's like become my new breakfast in the parks over at Setuli. I'm glad we're able to get it here. I know obviously you have things you can augment it with different fruits and everything on the buffet. But that is glorious. I'll give that 4.25 out of 5 claws. I'm a big proponent at Disney buffets. Do not skip the kids station. They be hiding goodies there and they don't be telling you about it. Yes, you got to duck down a little bit, but you know what? Your knees probably need to work out. I bet you if they're creaking like mine. So what they have is a vegetable frittata, which looked very interesting. Nice big scoops of it. Tons of it. Nobody was touching it. For shame. Very well seasoned, filled with peppers, onions, all the fixings. That feels frittata-ish. I like the punch. I could do with a little bit more seasoning, but other than that, it's really good. It's made for all palates. I would give that a 3.75 out of 5 claws. Sausage, because you can't have breakfast without this sausage. Nice, thick breakfast-looking sausage. Thicken. I'm delighted to say the sausage is not greasy, but very well seasoned. Definitely that breakfast sausage spice to it. Goes well with breakfast. It's my meat group. Give that 3.75 out of 5 claws. Now the kids station is hiding 2 forms of breakfast potatoes. You can get the usual breakfast potatoes, but they also have tots as well, if you prefer. I went with the unbreaded potatoes, basically. That is surprisingly salty for something that comes directly off the line. Maybe almost too much. 2.25 out of 5 claws. And then also on the kids station, we have plain scrambled eggs. Just scrambled for your delight. Lightly fluffy. They will not scramble your taste buds, but you will definitely want a hefty spoonful of those. Give that 3.5 out of 5 claws. You have the standard Disney bacon, all nice and sitting on the crispy. Fat content is about standard for Disney. Bacony is actually greasier than the sausage, which is a surprise. Not crispy at all, but it's bacon. People are going to eat tons of it anyway. With that, 2.75 out of 5 claws.
It's part of my breakfast buffet tradition now to get oatmeal. So I got the oatmeal and they had the brown sugar. The brown sugar here actually had the leaf symbol on it. So that was nice. Cheers. I put a little bit too much brown sugar, so it's really sweet. But this is also a really liquidy oatmeal, so not my favorite. I think if you're going to have like an oatmeal, or I would go with the other yogurt, I forgot what it's called, but the other one that we tried, I would go with that. This is like a 2.5 out of 5 oatmeal. This is not the best. I'd rather go to Chef Mickey.
Oatmeal. Probably one of my favorite things for breakfast. As boring as that may sound. but it's all what you put in it. I think that's about as sugary as I liked my oatmeal when I was a child. Now, mind you, that's a completely self-imposed problem. You can put as much as you want. Don't be afraid to get a little adventurous. Go to the fruit station, throw some of that in there. Make you your own breakfast. This is a buffet, not a jailhouse, I think. But it's decent oatmeal. Give that 3.75 out of 5 claws.
So we have some beautiful Bobotie topped with shakshuka, and usually you have to go to Animal Kingdom Lodge to get Bobotie, so it's nice to know that they have it here with Impossible. It's got big pieces of potato in there, and they just melt in your mouth, and it's seasoned so beautifully. I don't even really taste the Impossible. It's just good. I would give it a 5 out of 5. It is a Princessity's item. Definitely the best thing that I've had here. They do have toast. I would put this on toast and just like smear it and just eat the toast. Yum.
Impossible Bobotie, Bobotie, however you choose to pronounce it. Tons of just egg, I'm assuming. And Impossible. Very well seasoned. I like the spinach. The potatoes literally just disintegrate in your mouth. It's a nice smooth transition. It is basically a breakfast vegan quiche, but honestly, it's probably one of the better ones we've had. I give that a 4.25 out of 5 claws.
Now, Bear got the regular potatoes. Those are vegan, and he said they were really salty, so because he did that, I decided to not get that, and instead get the other potato option that he mentioned, which is the tots. So here's the tots. They are potato barrels. They're not actually tots. They are not labeled as vegan. And why is that? Because they are in a shared fryer. So if you have issues with shared fryer, don't get these. I will say they're fried well. The oil is hitting today. Perfectly crisp outside, nice and soft inside, not too soft inside, doesn't taste frozen. It's a good top. I would give it a 4 out of 5 potato barrels.
A good old-fashioned barrel of potatoes, potato barrel tots. Crispy, barrel-shaped, as they should be. Crispy, lightly salted. If you do so desire, they do have ketchup sitting next to potato barrels for you to pump on your plate. So if you like to dip your potato barrels in ketchup, they have that. I'm sure if you ask for mustard, of course, a superior condiment, that they would offer you some to take. I would give those a 3.75 out of 5 claws. One thing I'm always happy to see on a buffet, breakfast style, is chicken sausage. I love me a good chicken sausage. Honestly, any sort of yard bird will do, chicken or turkey. I prefer over like pork sausage any day of the week. That's nice and dense, nice and tasty with that breakfast spice that you expect. I'll give that one 3.75 out of 5 claws.
Oh yeah.
They're using your recipe. They're using your recipe.
You're the best cook. Oh yeah, you're always running around. Yep, yes.
We appreciate the hard work.
Yes.
So they have a nice crispy ham. Oh, look at that. All nice and glistening. A little crust inside. That's how we like our hams. Super tender, that natural saltiness in there. That is some good ham. I would give that 4 out of 5 claws. Now, Tusker House always is a rotation of curry, so I'm always excited to see what curry we're going to have when we pop up this time. Today we have a chicken curry. There are tons of chicken curry. They do have jasmine rice sitting next to it for you to get as well. And the jasmine rice is vegan, so if you wanted that, you can get that as well. But obviously the chicken sausage or chicken curry, not vegan. That is curry-rific and has curried my favor. The chicken is nice and moist, juicy. well seasoned all the way through, very well cooked. They have huge medallions of carrots, though. Those just tend to be a little bit smaller. It doesn't affect the flavor at all. That is some top tier curry. And I consider myself to be a curry connoisseur. I'll give that 4.25 out of 5 bucks. One item I always look forward to on any sort of African buffet is the mealie pie. It's nice and thick, almost like a corn masa based. Think about it like an African style grits, but a little bit thicker. Look at that. Corn in it, herbs in it. It's pretty. Smooth and creamy, nice and thick, with like 4 C's, Megan Stallion with the proof. That 4.5 out of 5 floss. Shashuka has returned. Now, we usually have shashuka when we come here, which is great. They have it served separately. So if you just want it, the shashuka by itself with the egg, you can. But then they also have these toasts that you can get it with. You know, cutting it's not going to work. So this toast just became a spoon. This life of ours, I dedicate this runny egg to you. The bread has a delightful texture. It's less toasted and more just dense, so it doesn't fall apart with the egg on it. The seasoning of the shashuka is great. The way the egg falls apart, giving you like yolky flavor. Excellent. 4.75 out of 5 claws.
You cannot come to Tusker House and not try the rice. I definitely got too much, but I don't even care because this is like the stuff of dreams right here. There's something about the way they cook rice here at Tusker House that is unmatched. Super delicious, 5 out of 5, Princess T's item. Eat it with everything. I'm going to eat it with some shakshuka or bobotie. Delicious. This is the plain white bread. They do have the earth balance that you can get for this. There's a toaster. The toaster takes forever for some reason. So instead of eating the bread by itself, I'm going to put some of this on here. Do a little fold action. And I think this is how you should eat bread. Who needs avocado toast when you can put something that delicious on bread? The bread on its own is just, it's bread. It's like a 3 out of 5 breads. But when you add things to it, then you're in for some good times. They do have jams and stuff too, but this is much better.
Almost hidden right near the carving station, they have a salmon frittata. It's interesting. It smells of salmon. I don't know if I've ever had a salmon frittata, so I am interested. I get the distinct feeling that it's like that canned salmon. I get that like briny taste, like it's been like preserved in some sort of liquid and then cooked into this. Sort of like that same sort of thing you would see with like a salmon patty for breakfast. Like, I do not like that aftertaste. Kills the vibe for me. 1 out of 5 flaws. So, of course, they have a make-your-own omelet station with all of the fixings you could possibly want. You have ham, bacon, spinach, onions, tons of cheese. They don't have peppers, though. There's a couple people in line that were like, you don't have peppers? Like, I don't have peppers. So I guess they don't have everything that you want, but they have things. I went with a basic ham and cheddar. I've had a lot of quiche-style things today, and I didn't want to go overboard with more spinach and yet more tomato. Now, they are cooked to order, and the chef will do whatever you want. I just saw her give some guy a cheese mountain. Like, she took a normal amount of cheese, just like half a tong, piled it high, and then higher. She could barely close it. There was so much cheese. So go for broke. This is your buffet. You get what you want to get. Wonderful sear on top of the omelet, nice and fluffy. Ham is good, cheddar is good, and no complaints. They know how to make an omelet. Given how fast they're cranking them out, I would hope so. I'd give that a 4 out of 5 claws. I'll admit I'm kind of confused by this one. It is advertised on a little placard as African French toast, but it just looks like a cinnamon roll. It even scooped out, like the rinds of a cinnamon roll. Maybe that's African French toast. I don't know. I will give you 3 guesses what it tastes like. Cinnamon roll. It's rolled, it's cinnamon, it's glazed. Cinnabon could never. I give that 3.5 out of 5 claws. We come to the pancakes, the superior breakfast item, far more than your waffles of Mickey and Nala waffles. You just want to be as good as pancakes. I understand. Pancakes is such a classic name. What exactly is a waffle? It doesn't have the same sort of ring to it. Pancake, waffle. But I decided to go less boring than I normally do. I usually like my pancakes hella plain. But this time I decided, you know what? They have toppings. Why not use them? So this is the banana and caramel sauce. So it's baked like bananas Foster on a pancake. Who needs syrup? It's very hard to hide disappointment on my face. The pancake is crispy. I don't want a crispy pancake. If I want it crispy, I'd stick with waffles. Banana and caramel sauce is at least good. 2 out of 5 claws. So waffles, not Mickey waffles, these are Nala waffles. And then I got the macerated berries on here. Now they do also have a bread pudding up there, which is like their signature dessert breakfast. But the allergy chef warned me there is mango in it. So none for me. But if you want it, it's up there and there's tons of it. I have to concede that the waffle is better than the pancake. Perfectly executed. The berries are a nice touch. I guess you should get the waffles and avoid the pancakes. That makes me sad. 4 out of 5 claws. Tusker House definitely brought us home.
I really enjoyed my breakfast. I'm way more full than I expected to be. I absolutely love that Bobotie. I wish they sold it for breakfast at Kusafiri, honestly.
Honestly, they should. The window is right there.
It is.
It's sure the same kitchen. You never know. But Tusker is always a good time. I like the unique items on the buffet. It is still a Disney breakfast, but I think it's one of the more unique ones. And obviously, you get characters in safari suits. I mean, what's really to lose at that point?
Also, it's like Crystal Palace. If you go later, like a later breakfast reservation, you can have breakfast and lunch items. As a vegan, there are more items for lunch, dinner than there is for breakfast. But there's still so much you're going to leave full no matter what.
Yes, but we don't know what you think about Tusker House. Have you been to the house? Have you got a Tusk? Let us know in the comments below. As always, if there's anything else you want to see us do, that will always be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this. And
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear might yeet himself into the Festival of the Lion King and become a performing bear. It's not very vegan.
I'm moving in safari, but you heard the drill. Wow! Allergy style.
We have Impossible Bobotie here atop the shakshuka, which is really cool. Isn't it amazing? Oh yeah.